All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. All right, there's Thompson Lake, the B side, the backwater. Better get out of here before somebody rams my ram. Pow. Ain't that a cool? I love that view. That's a view. Shh. So here I am with my sketch canoe and my sketch truck. Well, pressure went down like it's supposed to. Good, good. So I'm just gonna creep out of here. Got my everything tied up, so that canoe ain't going anywhere. If it does, something really bad happened. So anyway, yeah, that was a fun little paddle. I was hoping to get on the other side of the lake, but not gonna happen today. My strap's looking good in the mirror there. So I got one strap on through the stern, providing it doesn't break, and then two straps across the top. So I'm not gonna go slow here, but I'm gonna see if I can show you where I wanted to go in. It's kind of a bit bumpy here. Nobody behind me, but there could be bikes and stuff coming along, so I don't want to sit in a spot there. I'm trying to find all the free lake accesses where, you know, like you're not crossing on anybody's property or anything like that. It's not easy. Like every lake in Quebec has a public access. The problem is finding out where it is, and some of the public accesses are actually landlocked. So there's that old hoot. Now right here is where I wanted to be. And technically I can access it from the road because, you know, 40 feet from the center of the road is considered public access, right? So even if somebody sort of owns it, but that's the part of the lake I wanted to get on. And I believe that dock over there is where I learned how to swim. And I have so much history in this lake. All of the history of this lake is good. I saved a boy's life from drowning. And it's a friend of mine. I saved him from drowning after I learned how to swim in this lake. And unfortunately he's not with us anymore, and I definitely, the last time I was on the lake was with him, so that's many years ago. But that's the main Thompson Lake, which I'm kind of glad I didn't get out there in the General Leakey, because I'd probably be sunken right in the middle. And right in the middle of that lake, don't ask me how I know, but there's a tear jet probably about 100 feet down in the middle of that lake. Don't ask me how I know. If you don't know what a tear jet is, it's like a dune buggy with that when you leave the plug in it, it'll go in water. When you leave the plug in it. Yeah. So there's one in the middle of the lake, probably about 100 feet down. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, yeah, so the General Leakey did well today. It did leak. I anticipated the leak, and it didn't leak as bad as I thought it was going to. But I had probably about 2 or 3 inches in the back of the boat, you know, from the stern seat back. That's where, you know, so maybe I got in about, what was that, half an hour, 40 minutes of paddling. It leaked slow enough that I had about 3 or 4 inches of water in the back. So it's not something you would go on an expedition with without fixing it up, but it was a lot of fun. I love that view. You better pay attention to the road too, because there is usually other vehicular people on this road. So you've got a squiggly line road, and that's usually where, you know, you ram them. And I don't want anybody to ram my Dodge, you know what I mean? Ram my ram, especially my canoe on it, you know. But yeah, there's McLean Lake. That one, I don't know how to get on that one. I think you can get on it from the back side, but the problem is there's no, you can't get there from here because it's all bush, and I'm not gonna portage, you know, like around a lake that size with a canoe. It's like, that'd be like take you half the day. You'd have to chainsaw your way in. It wouldn't be fun. But it was fun anyway. It was a great little excursion. Getting out on the canoe is such a therapeutic thing. Good, bad. There is no bad day in a canoe. Even like all there is just good stories. That's all there is. Good stories. Another lake there. I'm just surrounded by lakes. This one would be fun on McCarthy Lake, because this one thing I noticed about the General Leak, this Athabascan, or it's not Athabascans, Abanascus, I think is how it's pronounced. We'll get it out on the bench. We'll find proper enunciation of it and pronunciation of it and all that stuff later. But that canoe with its 16-foot waterline really tracks much better than my 12-footers. It's just the 12-footers ironclad, like it, that red, what I call the Red Rapid. That one is definitely a canoe that you know, like it needs nothing, you know, like, I mean, it can repair the seats a bit, you know, because they are getting old and stuff like that. These are old canoes. I have no idea. Ooh, my lens is dirty. Sorry about that. Quick in-video lens cleaning. But the whole point is like these old canoes, what makes them great is the character. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? What kind of adventure are you going to have? Like, that's a little adventure. It's a small adventure. It's nothing to write a book about, but it's something that puts a smile on your face. And that's kind of why I like canoes so much. Kayaks are great. I have nothing against kayaks. Kayaks are better in almost every way, but there's still something special about the canoe. You know, doing different paddles. There's always something interesting that you learn. When you get caught in your first storm with a canoe, it's a nightmare. But you laugh about it after, because it's like you realize you're just in a small little boat. If it flips, it flips. Who cares? Get back in, you know. If you don't have to get back in, the thing will float. It has flotation. You could float yourself back to shore. You know what I mean? So canoes are just a great experience all around. Like, there's really, your worst day in a canoe is still a better day at work, better than a day at work. You know what I mean? Like, it's it just is what it is. Oh, you got somebody coming here. Who we got there? Oh, the bicycle people are back. They're like, the canoe people are back. Anyway, yeah, there we go. This is the General Lee hill here, the Dukes of Hazzard hill. But I'm not gonna. If you go over this hill fast enough, you get air every time. I take my nephew over it, and it's like, I do it, and it's just like he. Smells like somebody's cooking something. No, it's not a bushfire. Oh, Tawny. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's like that little hill is fun. When you give it you hit that thing at 40, it's like the front wheels come off the ground. I wouldn't want to do it with the canoe. Although the canoe might have a parachuting effect, give you more hang time, more air. That could be cool. All right, well, I'm going to head her home, and we'll review the general leak when I get home. And it was a fun day. I did a lot of work. Moved about 2.5 tons of scrap metal today. Wrestled with that beast up there. I'm glad it's not a fiberglass canoe, because that thing would be really heavy. Another thing of water there to get in. That's the other side of McCarthy's Lake. I might take this one to McCarthy's Lake after I repair it. So the next canoe was one of two that I could try. It's either going to be the green mossy swamp thing, which I think my brother, I think it's sitting full of water right now, or the bluish greeny thing. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use next, but whichever one it is, it will be an adventure. So there you go, guys. The General Leak maiden voyage. It didn't sink too badly. Nice.